What is up guys, Greedy Knight here with a progression guide for Chargeblade. The purpose of a progression guide is to quickly progress through the game with minimal farming and maximizing resource hoarding, especially since endgame is a massive material sink. This allows you to have plenty of Xenium materials for crafting / melding for endgame gear. Without further ado, let's get into it. For the progression weapon, you run Lalabarina as soon as it becomes available in Hunter Rank 2 and upgrade it as you go. It has good long sharpness at each tier, and it is really cheap to upgrade / max out. The secondary weapon doesn't matter, but Ore has a similarly good stat line if you feel you are lacking in raw damage. Paralysis is kinda broken in Wilds. It feels like the concept of Volvidon Chargeblade back in Risebreak, but a little more polished. You can consistently get 4 paras and 4 stuns along with wound topples and part break trips, letting you immobilize the monster for minutes at a time while playing solo. The thresholds become bloated enough to give the monster breathing room in group hunts. Because of the accessibility and overall power of the weapon, this is the best carry me to endgame weapon. For HR1, you stick to the Hope set or whatever you feel like crafting along the way until you get the materials for this set, consisting of a Jarrakan helm, chest, and legs with Doshiguma arms and waist. It gives you Part Breaker 3 and Powerhouse 1 for some early damage boosts. Powerhouse is only triggered after a power clash, which is a 1 to 2 time occurrence at best during a hunt. Part Breaker is good for getting additional part breaks and drops, while increasing double rend damage. You keep chugging along with the set until you get to Guardian gear. The Flare charm becomes available during this tier, so craft it for the extra wound damage. For HR6 through to high rank, you save the Jarrakan chest and fully equip the Guardian Ebony Odogaron helm, arms, waist, and legs. Burst increases your attack and element by 5 on hit, and after 5 hits increases the 12 and 10 at level 3. The armor skill Burst Boost gives a flat 6 attack whenever Burst is active for a total of 11 and 18 raw applied to your attacks. The reason this skill is so valuable for Chargeblade is because Savage Axe triggers and maintains it with one spinning chop. It only counts hits, not attack input, so the chop, additional 5 ticks, and foul explosions will all count towards activating and maintaining burst during your combos. It is also why moving into other sets, you never drop burst from a set. It varies how much you run at a given point. For high rank, you grab the first meaningful upgrade for Lalabarina, which gets you to blue sharpness and a decent amount of attack with a few slots. This is where you will notice paralysis taking a consistent effect during the hunt, making the latter half of the game less interactive and easier to deal with. Practice your fundamentals, hit the head, slash the monster, and rend wounds. This will let you stun lock the monster for good chunks of the hunt. For the armor, you make the high rank version of the Geo set, now more compact because pieces double up on points. It consists of the Geo helm and arms alpha, Kongalola chest alpha, a Jarrakan waist alpha, and Balahara legs beta, with a flare 1 charm. You end on 5 points of burst, 1 level of flare, 2 levels of part breaker, and 1 level of evade extender to make dodging slightly easier. You upgrade this set as you proceed to the end of the story. During this time, you craft the burst 1 charm for the upcoming sets before moving on to the last portion of the progression. The set is designed to max out burst while you try to farm for the burst charm for the other sets. The first order of business is to upgrade Lalabarina to level 4 to get white sharpness. Your damage will leap to the next tier, and paralysis will be kind of disgusting at this point of the game, just shy of max power. Crit status also makes it much easier to paralock the monster. You stick to the HR8 set until you get to Guardian Arkveld. It's about an hour or 2 of hunting until you reach the HR caps. You want to craft the Jarrakan legs, then proceed to Guardian Arkveld helm and waist beta with the Guardian Arkveld chest alpha. You carry over Geo arms to complete this stepping stone set. While farming Guardian Arkveld, you should also craft the beta arms for the final set. You just won't use it here since it requires crit decos to maximize value on weakness exploit, which you may or may not have. This set has flare 5, burst 3, part breaker 3. You can count resentment as a damage skill, but it won't be active all the time. An added perk is the Guardian Arkveld unique armor skill Decimator, which heals you whenever you destroy a wound. This will let you stay topped up during the fight, especially when the monster is riddled with wounds. To finish the set, farm for the Burst 2 charm to get the 4th level of Burst on the set. Also grab the Weakness Exploit 1 charm and its level 2 upgrade for the next set. This is a last upgrade for Lalabarina, which is earned by hunting enough tier 1 tempered monsters. It will gain a palette swap for one of the best designs in the game, and it will hold you over until you get to the Ardean weapons. The final set has the core of Guardian Arkfeld Helm, Arms and Waist Beta with Chest Alpha. The new additions are a new Udra Legs Beta and the Weakness Exploit 2 charm. You get Flare 5, Weakness Exploit 4, Burst 1 and Part Breaker 1, relegating the rest of your investment to decorations. You need 1 level 2 and 1 level 1 crit deco with 1 Weakness Exploit deco and Max Might decos to get that 75 affinity. While you are more than capable of maxing out Burst by using other armor pieces, you settle for 2 levels here to add in extra crit damage. In effect, you are dropping 8 points of raw attack from Burst level 5 to fit in the crit engine and its 34% boost. For weapon decorations, you run Rapid Morph 3 for the 20% damage on double rend and morphs. You drop down to Part Breaker 1, which is the only misgiving I have about this set. Lastly, because you have 3 level 1 slots, you can use it on recovery up to increase heals from Decimator. You get around a high potion's worth of healing when breaking wounds. Just note that online hunts delay the heal until it registers that the wound is broken, so lag shenanigans can occur. One final note is that this is the same set used for element weapons. Due to the changes of set building, the armor sets will always be a sort of template build, and then the weapons will define your offensive skills. You can see that the Chrono Gear is here, and that's the formal name for the Ardean weapon. That'll be its own video. Like if this video is useful to you, consider subscribing if you want to see more Chargeblade content like this. All of the related Chargeblade videos and the meta comp will be linked down below in the description. That's all I got for this one. Greedy Knight, signing out.